Lisa Snart moved through the city like molten gold, elegant, burning, and determined. She leaped from rooftop to rooftop, her skates glinting under the orange streetlights. To some, she was Golden Glider, a flash of brilliance in a burrow that preferred shadows. To most, she was trouble. But tonight, Lisa wasn't hunting for loot. She was answering a challenge. Earlier that day, someone had left her a message etched in asphalt, smoking and reeking of tar.
You think you're fast, the message said.
Let's see you skate through hell. Midnight old chemical plant. She knew who sent it. Tarpit Joey Monteleone was all molten black ooze, a man transformed into walking petroleum,
Slowing everything he touched.
Grinding even the speedsters to a crawl. At a grudge, Lisa couldn't remember when she'd crossed him, but people like Tarpit didn't need reasons, just opportunities. She arrived at the plant with 10 minutes to spare, greeted by a landscape of industrial decay. Towers belched smoke even now, and faint embers pulsed beside vats long since condemned. She checked her wrist device, recalibrated her cold guns attached to each skate, and stepped onto the main floor, a patchwork of warped metal and oil stains. Tarpit towered there, swaying by a broken catwalk, his eyes glowing dim through the blackness that poured off his body. "Lisa," he rumbled, "didn't think you'd show. Most sensible rogues keep away from me. I don't melt for anyone." Lisa smirked, pushing a blonde lock behind one ear. "I'd say you're too slow to catch me, Joey. Looks like the only thing you melt is pavement." He answered not with words, but by slamming a fist to the ground. Like tar exploded outward, sticky ropes crawling towards her. With one motion, Lisa clicked her skates. The cold guns fired, flash freezing the tar, shattering it to icy shards as she glided by. It was an impossible game of speed and patience. Lisa zigzagging through a field of hazards, Tarpit sending wave after wave of molten pitch at her feet. Where she went, she left crystalline glimmers, each footfall freezing the tar just long enough to skate onward. But Tarpit grew angry, the temperature around him surging dangerously, turning cold patches to steam. She circled back, pivoted, and fired a cold burst at his chest. For a moment, he slowed, cracks forming on his hardened exterior. But molten tar filled them, and Joey laughed a sound like rocks smothered in syrup. "Cute trick, Lisa. But I've got all night." Lisa knew better than to let him stall her. Her fuel reserves were ticking down. She spotted a line of old chemical barrels overhead, half-eaten by rust, suspended by a groaning chain. That gave her an idea, risky, but she wasn't known for playing it safe. She dug in, skating straight toward him. At the last second, she feinted left, then spun and unleashed her cold gun in a high arc at the barrels. The ice charge shattered the rust, snapping the chain. Barrels crashed, spewing decades-old solvent flammable by the stink of it across the floor. Cutting through the tar with a chemical sizzle, Tarpit roared. Solvent seeped into his base, making his tar bubble in ugly colors. He'd lunged for her, but Lisa was already moving, keeping the barrels between them, skating impossibly fast across ruined concrete and refreezing tar. But Tarpit had never been one for finesse. Reached to grab her, she ducked, skating through his legs. The cold from her skates left a trail, temporarily thickening his sludge. That gave her seconds. Enough. She zipped to the wall, yanked a control box, and overloaded the emergency sprinkler. Water hissed everywhere, mixing with the solvent, thinning the tar into clumsy rivers. Now Joey was stuck ankle deep as the solvent and water weakened his hold. For a minute, time slowed. Lisa and Joey stared at each other across the wreckage. His eyes glowed with hatred and pain, but his arms dropped. Even Tarpit couldn't move under these conditions. "You win for tonight, Golden Glider," he growled, sinking gradually, tar diffusing into the flood. "Always got a trick ready, huh?" She flashed him a wry smile, skating wide circles around his immobilized form. "That's the job description, Joey. But next time, maybe don't call out someone with a cold gun to a tar pit." She skated out into the night, unseen except for the shimmer of ice she left behind. In Central City, challenges flowed as frequently as the rivers. But for Lisa Snart, the thrill was always in the dance. Peril, poetry, and escape, balanced on the edge of a blade. As dawn broke over the city's smokestacks, Only the lingering chill in a solitary black puddle testified that two adversaries had met, had tested each other, and for a moment set the city ablaze with the clash of ice and tar.